what took me away from Quake is I was opening two nightclubs down in Key West. I invested a whole lot of money and stuff because I'm thinking long term about having something to fall onto when I want to leave the business. You know, I had young children, very young children, and three of them, and I was like, this is what I want to do, and I was very familiar with that business, and I brought my brother-in-laws, one of my brother-in-laws, my wife's that was married to her brother into the business. He'd been around the business and worked with his dad, who's been in the restaurant and nightclub business for over 50 years, Bobby Rodriguez. Anyway, he I opened that. I was in the midst of getting it finished in that, and my brother-in-law had came up to Tampa. Okay, spent some time up there for a few days with his wife, and they went to a sporting event in Tampa. He and his buddy had went to a sporting event, stopped at a 7-Eleven to get a bite to eat or something to drink, and he went on the phone on a phone and was talking to his wife. When his friend come out, there was a bunch of kids, about 6 or 8 of them, and they were there, and they were ranged. The oldest one was 18. The youngest, were like 12 or 13. Okay, and they were all together, hanging outside. And the guy's vehicle was his truck or whatever it was there, and he's on the phone. They came out and started messing with my brother-in-law's friend. Okay, and they started, the big fight, and all the talk and smack and shit like that. They're kids, and my brother-in-law goes running over there about the time that the oldest kid pulls a pistol out of his truck and shoots a gun, I guess, to scare them. Winds up cutting. He hits my brother-in-law and cuts the main artery going into the heart, and he dropped dead on the floor right there outside this 7-Eleven. And the rest is history. He was going to work. He was going to, when I was on the road, he would be down there, and then I would fly directly into Key West on my days off to be, to promote and do all that stuff down there. I had family that was down there also in Key West. But that's what took me out. When that happened, I had to go to event, and it pulled me away from the deal there. And I worked. He says, "Well, you need to work these days, and they were mostly single matches and stuff like that. And finished out the calendar dates, and that was that. I had to go, and I left my family up in Tampa at our house up there, and I was down there staying at a house that my father-in-law had down there. That. And I was living down there. I was putting anywhere from 12 to 16-hour days in, almost 7 days a week, down there working on my business, trying to take in. I couldn't just let it go. I had a whole lot of money invested. And that's what took me out there. And then eventually, when I got things put together, I went up there to work with WCW and then I was doing some independence and a couple of things overseas.